Here guys, if you look, these are our incubators, and if you look inside here you can see all of our eggs inside the incubators. So what the incubators do is they keep the eggs at a certain temperature, and then the incubators also turn them so the yolk doesn't get stuck. Then after about 14 days, then we will pull out the turners and put the eggs down at the bottom of the incubator, add some water to get some humidity up a little higher, and then the eggs will hatch. Okay, so after we get the babies are born, they have to get completely dried off. As you can see, the babies in there aren't completely dry yet, so we don't move them to our brooder pen. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our brooder pen of some of them that are all dried. Alright, here are the babies that we pulled out of the incubator. They are now in the brooder bin, so they have water and food, and they have to be kept on heat from this heat lamp at 100 degrees for about 2 to 3 weeks. Then after 3 weeks we can move them out with the adults and start weaning them off of the heat. And when we wean them off the heat, then they start making more of their feathers, and they have to have more of their feathers in for us to get them off the heat. And as you can see right here on that little guy, you can kind of see his feathers starting to come through. So he's just about ready to be off the heat starting next week. Hey guys, welcome to our little quail farm here. You guys come on in. I'll kind of show you around a little bit. So what we do is we have quail in our pens, and on the right side and over here on the left side. As you can see, we have different types of quail. These are what we call Coturnix quail. We have different colors of them. We have males and females. So the way it works is, so you guys saw that the incubator, and you saw the babies in the incubator. Well, these are the adults. So if you look over here, here's some of our adults kind of running around. These are actually our teenagers. Let me see if I'll get one out, and then you can see one up a little bit closer. So here's one of them. I'll kind of show you his colors. So you can see we have different types of colors of Coturnix quail. So this happens to be one of our males. And what they do is they need about 18 hours of sunlight a day. After 18 hours, if they get 18 hours, then they'll start laying some eggs. So let's come over here and let's look to see if there's any eggs. So if you look right here, we have some eggs that have been laid. So all we do is we gather up the eggs, and then we get them ready to go to put in the incubator, and then we incubate them for 14 days, and after 14 days the babies start to hatch. We have to feed them every day. We have our feed trays here, so we have to pour feed in our feed trays every day. And then we have our watering system, so we have a 5-gallon bucket, and it works gravity fed into our waters and then feeds our quail. And if you notice up here, I have this little extra hose. This extra hose tells me how much water is in each of the tubs, so I know whether or not I need to fill up the water or not, so they don't run out. Then another thing that we have, if you notice here, the buckets. So the buckets have got sand in them. They like taking sand baths. So see, these guys have need their sand replaced, so I'll go ahead and replace their sand, and maybe they'll start doing their thing. We just pour a little bit of sand. This is the play sand that you see in playgrounds. And then if you watch, you can see them take them in the sand bath. You notice that some of the quail have some feathers missing on top of their head. That's because they're molting. and they lose feathers about twice a year.
These guys are all paying attention here. Look at them.